How's it going, guys?
Hello.
Can everyone hear? Oh, there's Sarah's flashing up the album already.
Oh,
What's up, everyone? I'm Fran.
familiar?
Okay, okay. Okay.
One more.
This
One more
one
round.
glows in the
Yes.
dark. It's really cool.
Let's
The
go down the
Witness
list and I'll
album.
come out.
All right. I'm waiting for the
It's a
latest
shitty
one, but
band,
go ahead.
though.
What's up,
Oh,
everyone? I'm Fran LaSavage, Savage Ladies of Metal. And of course, with me is my VP, my sidekick, my best friend, Sarah Jacobs. And with us
hi.
today, we have Denmark's
The
Vola.
lovely.
What? Denmark's Vola. And of course, we have Asgard joining us today. How are you, man?
I'm great. Thanks. Thanks for having me. Nice to be here.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, we
My
appreciate you making the
pleasure.
time.
My
As
pleasure.
everyone knows, we're several hours apart, but Savages will always accommodate. No matter where you're at, we're going to make it happen. And we did today. And thank you for making the
I did
time.
it.
I know it's about 8 p.m.
Thank
your
you.
time. And we're still waking up. You know,
Kinda.
All good. I'm a night owl, so
so this works out. That's good.
Hey.
So we could have gone later.
He does have a song called that, Owl, so
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
So,
It's about
Asger,
my
would you like to
sleep
introduce
rhythm.
yourself to those who may not know who you are and where you're from and who we're missing from the band?
Sorry, I didn't get the last part of
So, would you like
the
to
question.
introduce to anyone who doesn't know who you are? Would you like to introduce
Yeah.
who you are, what band you're
Yes.
with, and who you're
Yeah.
missing from the band?
Yeah.
Give them a shout out.
Yeah.
What's up?
Of course. Yeah, I'm Asker from Vola, a Danish Swedish band. Um, Like it's me and Nikolai on bass and Martin on keys that are from Denmark, and then we have Adam, the drummer, who's from Sweden. So we're a quartet, and yeah, it's really nice to be here. Sorry, it's just me representing. I hope I can do the
Aw.
other guys
I'm
justice.
glad you're here.
I think it'll be just fine with you. So, they
So
basically threw you to the wolves. So,
we're gonna be playing a song. Okay.
yeah, they threw you to the wolves and said, you take the Savages. Good luck. So,
Yeah, I don't know what I've gotten myself into here, but
yeah, you've already
I'll
had
be
a
wiser
5-minute
in an hour, I
preview.
guess.
It's probably a 180 already. So usually, just let everyone know what we do is me and Sarah like to take turns, and we both like to talk a lot, so we tend to overlap each other. So just kind of bear with us.
I'll try.
And I'm gonna let Sarah jump in, and I'm gonna let her take over first because I know she's been waiting for this for a long time.
Yes,
And
we have. Okay, I can't hide it. I'm like super fan here.
get in
Okay.
on it. You know what? Go more than the
Thank
two.
you
Come
for
on,
joining us. One of my
My
friends from the
pleasure.
UK actually introduced your band to me a long time ago, like back in 2019. I immediately fell in love. Um, can you share some insights? Okay, with your lyrical themes. Can you share some insights into your lyric writing process and how personal experience or external influences have shaped your lyrical content?
Yeah, it's like I pretty much have go through the same process for each song. Um, and it starts out at the demo stage. Like there's always some sentences that come with the music in the beginning. Like we might have some chords for a chorus, and once the melody is there, there will always be a line that just emerges in consciousness from somewhere subconscious. Um, and those sentences will always survive until the final track. It's almost guaranteed. Um, so there's this first spark that sort of shapes the rest of the song, and I never know what it's gonna be. um, so like for straight lines, it was you're running low on straight lines. It's just a sentence that pops up. or you better watch out, the wolf is coming. It's just another sentence that emerges, and then it's just about building from there. And like I think the most fun part is often in the beginning when you have that initial spark of inspiration, and then afterwards it becomes sort of more of a job to try to finish the lyrics, to try to
Does
finish
it?
that,
It seems
that
like it
story.
flows naturally, like it's just poetry.
Yeah, I wish. it's
Do
really
you
hard
guys
hard
write
work
together?
sometimes.
Do you write all your lyrics, or you guys work together to provide the lyrics?
For the lyrics, it's just me.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's impressive.
It's
You're a
hard work, I
poet.
think. And sometimes I have to look up rhymes online, like look up words that rhyme. Um, so it's really a
So you got your thesaurus out, like
yeah. Yes.
I love it.
And yeah, I like to write stories about like external characters, um, like wondering, like looking out the window, wondering what this neighbor is going through right now, making up characters, situations, but for them to have some kind of like emotional meaning for me when I sing them, there has to be, of course, elements of my own life. So it's that balance always between something that's fiction and something that's my own reality.
Personal. I love it.
Yeah.
So curious. So my mind, I tend to take questions sometimes and go left. So have fun with this one. You said how you said how you look out the window and you start wondering about what kind of person and people your neighbors are.
Yeah.
So is that like a borderline nosy neighbor kind of thing, or do you, or
He doesn't come off that way.
or do you watch their behavior and see how they act on a normal basis and can create lyrics to it because of their actions or what you see, what you hear? Like, what kind of neighbors do you have?
Yeah, it's I think I have pretty good neighbors. So it's more of a it's more about just creating stories. Like I really don't know what they're doing, but I like to imagine what they might go through.
Mm.
Generally, just observing people is just something I love
I
to
like
do.
to people watch too.
Yeah, just walking around in the city, for example,
Yeah.
and like you're watching a couple holding hands, and you wonder if
I just saw
it's
that
the
today.
beginning or the end of the relationship.
If they're still holding hands at the end of the relationship, it's not the end.
That
or
Yeah.
they're putting on a facade for the public.
It could be they're just pretending to still be having.
I just saw that today. There was like people walking down the sidewalk and they were holding hands. I was like, oh,
Yeah, it's beautiful.
it is, isn't it?
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna jump in, see how she's taking a sip.
Oh, I am. Sorry, I got my tea.
No, it's okay. I got my coffee, I got my water, I got my pop.
Wow.
I got everything with me. So now, Asger, you guys started the band. Actually, was created while you were in college in your dormitory, right?
Yeah, actually, a bit earlier when I was still living at home, and going to high school. Yeah, just outside of Copenhagen.
Okay.
Just in the beginning, jamming with some friends in the basement of my family's house. I was very lucky that I just got to make a lot of noise down there. Like I don't know how my parents could handle it.
I think as parents sacrifice when we got a creative child that we just want we're just cheering for them and we're loving it, watching them grow.
Yeah, I hope that's
especially in a musical way.
Yeah, I'm very grateful. Um, and yeah, it started out with us playing cover songs, and then eventually it became more and more about original material, and just finding the guys to play with who were in it for the long run, and not just people who thought, "Wow, it's cool to play a guitar."
Right. You need somebody serious.
Yeah,
You can
people
tell
with
you can take your
passion.
music serious, man. Thank God.
Yeah, there's always that beginning, that phase in the beginning of a band, if it starts very early, where you don't know if people just think it's cool to play something, or if they just really have to play it.
Mhm.
Right. Like if it's part of them, like it's who they are, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a cool process, and yeah, I graduated from high school in 2005, and our first EP with demo songs came out in 2006.
Oh, I saw that and I was trying to get that album, the one that's orange. I can't remember what it's called, but it's pink and black. Is that it?
It's it's not even officially out anywhere, I think.
I don't think it is, but I
But
came across it right when I
That was
found out
that
about your
was a
band. I was
self.
like, I have to hear every song.
Now that was a
That's how much of a
self-release
fan
though.
I am.
That was a self-release for you guys though, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally like
Yeah, it's
primitive
good.
recordings.
Mhm.
And yeah, then we've made 2 EPs after that.
Mhm.
And then we thought we were ready to make a full length album. But yeah,
The
And
first one's in Mazes, right?
yeah.
yes, in Mazes, and then Applause and Witness.
Yes. I have those.
Thanks for listening.
I hope to get them signed someday because I gotta see these guys live. Seriously,
Yeah, come say hi.
I would totally. Oh my gosh.
Mhm. If she goes there before she comes to Chicago, me and her are gonna have a problem. I'm just saying.
Everybody wants me.
There's gonna be a
Just
problem.
play. I love you, friend. You're coming with me. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that too. I need to get
If
the
we
hell out
go,
of this state.
we're totally going together. I'm not traveling alone. I'd be terrified.
Yeah, she needs a bodyguard. I got you, girl. I got you.
Yes, I do.
Now, okay, so yeah, you guys are technically you guys started before college, and you just started moving forward. I mean, even though you had your debut release right after graduation,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and then into college, you guys really started moving forward,
yeah.
and you guys took off very quickly. Your
Right.
music, you have such an eclectic sound that it's and that's what I love about the rock scene. I mean, we love everything. We represent everything from from punk metal alternative to the heaviest of metal. But with the rock
Yes.
with the rock scene, everybody's sound can be individualized and stands out, and it makes it so much easier to identify the bands and the artists and the
Right.
singers that are involved. And that's why I will always still love the rock scene, because you can make yourself stand out. You have your own sound, and you make sure you know it. But you
There's
also
even
have
death metal bands that enjoy Vola. I was really
Yeah.
shocked. I was like, yeah, they're an
Yes.
influence to them. I'm like, cool, you guys. Are
Yeah.
awesome.
Now that brings me up to the
that's cool.
to the band's name, Vola. That's Vola is actually a very interesting name for a band based on the meaning. Now, depending on how you use it in a sentence, it can remember to it can mean basically to whine or to weep, or it's like. And then in English, lamest terms, it comes down to like feet and hands. I don't know where the hell that came from, but so how did you come up with the name? Why did you choose
Oh, I
Vola?
can't get my foot.
How does it represent you guys?
Well, it was actually our old bass player, the one we had before, Nikolai, who's in the band now
Mhm.
and has been for many years. He just came to rehearsal one day and said, "Hey, we need to change the name." Like up until that point, we were called actually Balcony Fall.
Okay.
which wasn't a super name. I don't know if Vola is either, but yeah, he liked he liked how it sounded. That it didn't sound like a particular genre of music, but that it was very
Yeah.
open
Yeah.
and short, and it looked nice, like graphically.
It
And
sounds
then-
like was something that somebody would name a star in the sky. You know, it's like Vola.
maybe one day.
Maybe you guys have your own little star. I'll be like, oh, that's Vola.
That's us. Yeah, and then we looked up the meaning, and we liked that too. Like all I know is that it's in Italian. In Italian, it means fly, like in flying.
Oh.
So I
Yeah,
haven't been
the
diving
American
that deep
language,
into
we
it.
butcher the meaning of everything.
Right. I like that meaning a lot better.
That's why I'm like, that's why I looked it up, you know, and I looked it up in, you know, in Danish, and then I saw an American. I'm like, the hell's wrong with us?
I like
That's
the
America.
Italian version.
Oh.
It's America. You've only been here once. When are you coming back?
Yeah, you've actually been here twice, though.
Oh,
Yes,
have
yeah.
they been here twice? Oh, they have
Yeah.
been here twice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shame on me. I should have known that. But you haven't been to my area. That's why.
Sorry.
See,
Sweet.
now you just got to come back to
Sorry.
Chicago. See, that's going to get her ass to Chicago again. Everyone comes to Chicago. Okay.
Yeah, Chicago's good.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll surely come back during the next album cycle. So probably.
You guys working
I'll
on some
definitely
new
get to that
songs?
later.
Sorry, what?
Are you guys working on some new songs?
We are. Yeah, it's yeah, we've been working on an album for quite some time now.
I can't wait. I'm already owning it inside my head.
Awesome. So yeah, this year we'll have some more singles out, and
I'm a huge fan. I love the band
I would
so
have never
much.
thought.
yeah, I'm just happy.
No, you would
I'm
never
grateful.
know. Never.
No, not at all.
I show all my friends. I'm like, have you guys heard of Vola? And they're like, no. And then all of a sudden they hear it, and they're like, one of my friends who's an artist, he's like, play Vola in mazes. I'm gonna paint. And he was like painting like mad. Oh, he loved it so much. I miss him. He doesn't live
Awesome.
here. He lives in
It's
Washington.
beautiful to
Anyways.
inspire an art. It's when an artist
Mhm.
inspires another artist in a different way.
Oh, and he was a killer artist. If I can get it, become your friend, I'll show you some of his cool work he's done. You'll be blown away. Anyways, this isn't about
Nice.
him. It's about you.
what does he paint?
Oh man, I can't even explain it.
Okay.
I will have to. You become my friend, and I'll show you. I promise I'm not a.
Deal.
I promise I'm not going to stalk you or anything. But I will. I can even put it on my Facebook. Like he has one that's called 3 Nudes, and it starts out as lines, and all of a sudden he's like making these nude women that are like posed differently, and he just makes it to where they all blend in like abstract art, but you can still see it if you really look. But oh, it's beautiful. I think you'd like it. He's
That sounds really
very
cool.
good artist. He's very cool.
Well, Sarah,
He's
would
insane.
you like to take over? I'll let you ask a few.
Okay. All right. From in mazes to applause of a distant crowd and beyond. Vola's sound has evolved. What factors contribute to the evolution of your sound, and how do you balance experimentation with maintaining a recognizable Vola sound?
Yeah, well, I think like many other bands, we think it's boring to do the same thing twice. It's a bit of a cliche to say, but that means a lot to us. But there are, of course, some things that we can't help doing. Like we love Meshuggah too much to not have.
Oh, Meshuggah, the band.
Yeah, Meshuggah, yeah, the band.
I have an album by them.
Ah, nice.
Cool.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they have
you-
this way of writing riffs that's just so deeply embedded into our DNA. I think that when we write riffs, their influence is just obvious, and I wish I was as good as them, but they've been really cool inspirations.
I actually like your
Yeah.
band better, just so you know.
Oh,
You guys are gods.
They're gods. So
Don't tell them that because they might be on here someday. Who
Don't
knows?
worry,
they're the
maybe
gods.
between the three
I'm
of
gonna
us.
be like, Vola's better than you. No,
I wish.
you guys both are phenomenal bands.
So yeah, there are some constants in our songwriting. Like I love Porcupine Tree also, like the melancholy that
Who
they
is
have in
that?
their music.
Porcupine?
Porcupine Tree, like it's a British band.
I'll have to
They
check
have
them out.
disbanded now, so it's just I think. But their lead singer Stephen Wilson has a career now doing solo stuff. So yeah, they're a big inspiration. So
Okay.
yeah, those guys are hard to shake off when we make music, but there's at the same time like an urge to do something different. And yeah, maybe incorporate more electronic stuff or have the sound mixed in a different way. I'm not very good at discovering new music, unfortunately. So like when I hear
Really? Why
new,
is that?
I think it's because like if I sit in my home studio an entire day working on music, it's not it's not the first thing I want to do when I have a break to listen to some other music. And then I just want to go into a completely different sort of mood
That's when he
or
puts on the suit
atmosphere.
up.
Yes. So yeah, I don't really listen that much to music when we write music or produce. So it's more in the space in between albums that I try to dive into some recommendations I get or yeah, new releases by bands that I like.
So people got to start throwing you names in order for you to check them
Yes.
out.
Right.
You're
Please.
not about to get off your ass and do it yourself. You got to be like, check this one out. Check this one out.
I'm too damn lazy. Like
At least you can admit it.
this chair is too good. So yeah, please give me some recommendations, everybody.
Oh, don't even tell her that. She's gonna blow your shit up.
Yeah, I will. I got thousands.
You just
and
open
thousands.
that door, everybody. Ask
Yep.
her. You just
All right.
kiss your DMs goodbye,
The
man.
gates are open. Yeah.
You can have all the bands blowing
Pretty
up.
soon he's gonna have like black metal death paint on.
All good. Like
you open that door. You're in
just
for
bring
it. You're in for
me
it.
some
It's
good
okay.
music, and I'm happy.
Okay.
Now your sound, I mean, you guys got a very different sound. Like I was talking about, in the green room, you guys got a very, it's not really a typical sound that is the norm from Denmark and Sweden, and it's like I was saying before, it's very eclectic, and you've established, I wrote down a specific word too. You've established, the rare sound of being, ostentatious and, and just different in so many ways. How has your ideology of music been from the basis, from the beginning of when the band started to where it is today?
So I don't think I got the beginning, like the ideology for the
I think he's
songwriting.
lost there for a minute.
Your music is very ostentatious and euphonious, and it's very eclectic and very I don't know if I'm using kind of too big of words, but very different, very eclectic, basically, and it's it's very inspirational at the same time as envious in a lot of ways, I guess you could say. How has your ideas of your music been from the basis to create that sound?
I think again it comes down to some of our inspirations, like the band Porcupine Tree I talked about.
We're gonna look into Porcupine Tree.
I'm
Yeah.
totally
Name
gonna
up like 3
hook them
times.
up with us.
I am.
wanna
I'm
check
gonna
them
write
out.
this down like right now before.
Write it down.
So yeah,
Hey,
they're very good at experimenting with different genres in their songs and on their albums in
I
general.
love stuff like that. I listen to a lot of bands who go different directions, and I love when they do that. Like another band I fell in love with that you should check out, and you might like him. Fires in the Distance, who we just interviewed.
Cool.
It's different, but it's beautiful. I hope you check him out. Oh my god.
Fires in the
She's
Distance.
dropping names already, man.
I already am. They're
Keep them
like
coming.
he's got more, like when he sings, he's got more of that growl type voice, but you can hear what he's saying. But they're also like playing piano, and their guitars are just wow. I love that entire freaking album. You should check it out.
Rai is agreeing with
awesome.
you, Asgar. Rai says some of the best progressive rock Porcupine Trees are
I'll have to check. Yeah, definitely gonna check them out.
Yeah, we're getting some strong recommendations on them.
It's amazing stuff.
Nice. I've never heard it.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I like
treat.
to hear new stuff. Yeah, I like treats. I got
Problem
lots
is
of
that
treats.
Vola will sound very bad in comparison. So.
Oh, is that right? I doubt it, since you're influenced by them.
Okay, so moving on though. So I mean, I've noticed from listening to your music, I always try to listen to all the albums, unless there's like 15 albums. There's no way in hell I'm gonna listen to that many albums.
I listened to all of them right away.
Yeah, well,
one day.
I've noticed that a lot of the meaning, not all of it, but a lot of the meaning, based on what you were saying earlier, how you're peeking through curtains, looking at neighbors. No, I'm joking. You didn't say that, but but that
you're gonna make him sound like a peeping tom. Oh my god, that's terrible.
Not
that bad. Yeah, I was joking, but his neighbors are gonna start closing their curtains. No.
Girl's looking at us again. You see him over
there? Yeah. So your music, it's a lot of musicians, a lot of bands, they tend to make their music based on the reality of life, what's going on, things that are happening in the outside world, and how it's affecting them personally and whatnot and stuff like that. But I have noticed that a lot of the songs that you were that have been created and written were more based on what did I write? More based on not so much what's going on in life, but more of a social media aspect and the effects it has on the music life and the industry. I've kind of picked up on some of that on quite a bit. Like there's like every new album is another new chapter of that idea. Am I reading that correctly?
Yeah, I think you are. It's it's not very intentional, but it's definitely something that's like in my orbit when I write lyrics, and especially on Applause of a Distant Crowd, it took a prime position. I think the show Black Mirror was a big inspiration. I don't know if you've seen that. It's on Netflix.
Black Mirror.
Black Mirror, yeah.
I haven't seen it, but
I've heard a lot about it. I don't watch TV enough, but I need to start.
Yeah, it's really good.
I still have that email whenever you guys told me that Applause of the Distant Crowd wasn't available in the US, and I was so sad, but I was like, man, I need it. And then all of a sudden it magically showed up from you guys, and I was like, holy crap, I basically got it for free because they had it cost a lot to ship over here. And
keep in mind, everyone knows your laptops and your phones, they are listening because they are nosy bastards. And
I wasn't expecting them to send it. I just let it go. I was just like, well, dang it. I just have to listen to it somewhere else. I can't have the physical copy. And then all of a sudden, one day in my mailbox, I open it up and I'm like,
it'll be there tomorrow. So
I have it hanging up on my wall, man. I even have the package it came in.
Wow, I'm so proud.
That sounds kind of creepy, but I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be. I'm just a fan. I love your music.
No, not at all.
Thanks.
So, so based on what I observed and what you just validated, that is basically kind of what it is really happening. What are your personal thoughts on the social media aspect from the music point of view?
Yeah. I tend to write about the sort of the sad aspects of a situation. So I couldn't imagine writing.
Alien shivers just now. Oh, that was one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, I couldn't
And the
imagine
video.
writing I couldn't imagine writing a happy song about social media. That's not our style.
Right.
It would probably go a very different direction if it was happy.
Yeah. So yeah, there's just a lot of melancholy to be found in that world. I think, like people having some kind of a community through social media, but in reality, possibly being very lonely in life. So I like that sort of juxtaposition of the feeling of unity and the feeling of loneliness.
Heavy metal hitter just joined us. That's my brother Chad. I also work with
Chad.
him. You know, hi Chad. Look, I said hi to you too. Sorry.
Chad, Chad's actually been here for a minute. I just finally put him up.
I love Chad. He's my brother.
Thanks for being here, Chad.
We work with the team out of Sweden, Kingart Music Management. So you should hook up with them and do a show with their band Mile. Another name out there.
Cool. Nice. Thanks.
Mile. All right,
they play at Wacken. Have you played Wacken?
Are you asking me that?
No, I'm asking Asger.
I was gonna say I'm not a musician. No.
No, have you played Wacken? The team that I work with, they're the band Wacken. I say it wrong. How do you say it?
Oh, it's you're right.
No.
Okay, I was gonna say. Oh, God,
I would say the same.
Stupid.
No, we haven't played there yet. Hopefully,
hook up
one
with
day.
some bands. One of the bands I help manage has a couple of times.
Yeah, it should be.
You would kill it,
awesome
man.
Festival.
You would kill it.
I hope so. We'll do our best.
I'm cheering for you.
Hey,
Chad, tell Heidi, Vola. Okay.
Just one guy shouting in the audience. Who's that guy?
So funny.
Who's that guy? Oh, it's a girl. But I'd be all sound like a guy because I'd be so excited.
Okay.
I'd be growling.
All right, I'm gonna jump in before she keeps talking. So moving on. All right, so based on that, your third album, Witness, they came out in 2021, correct?
Yes.
Now that was actually a little bit more of a progressive, a little tighter sounding, a little more progressive, a little bit stronger of an album from your first two. Yep. Why did you decide to go that way?
That was very much inspired by the guy who mixed it and mastered it, Jacob Hansen.
Okay.
Who like he has done some big bands like Volbeat, for example, Arch Enemy.
Nice.
And he has this very big, hi-fi, clear sound, and we just really wanted to explore how that sound would like gel with our material. So writing a bit with him in mind. Making some parts a bit more straightforward and some, I guess we moved a bit away from gent on that album. We did that on a boss too, but it's a bit more of a metal album, like melodic metal album, I think, compared to In Mesas, for example.
And it glows in the dark if you get the vinyl.
It's so cool.
It's gonna help it stay be blowing you up.
Spin it in the dark. It's beautiful.
All right, so she has obviously done this. So noted for anyone who is interested in buying the album, get the one that glows in the dark.
Yes.
which is also the Witness album. Just so you know, it's
Way
the
to
third
another
album.
universe.
Witness. Too funny. She's gonna spin it now. She's gonna turn the lights off.
Let's
I
see it.
totally am. I'm just gonna show the glow in the dark album while through the rest of the interview.
It's too funny. So now you went that different direction. You know, you went into like, you know, the music was tighter and it was a little more progressive. And now, is this a goal that you plan on doing with your music from now on, or was this just like a one shot kind of deal with this album, just to go a different direction?
It's
Oh
What's
shit!
that?
I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that. I meant to go the other way. I'm sorry. Dang it!
No, she there was vodka in there. She swears. No, I'm joking.
It's
It's a big
tea.
old gallon of
It's
tea.
Long Island iced tea. No, just
Big
kidding.
old gallon of tea.
Sorry
right?
about
That's a lot of
that.
tea.
Oh my god! I drink a gallon of tea a day. I'm not lying, but okay.
So, anyway, so is that a direction you'd like to for the music to start going, or
It's
was that just like an inspiration?
well, it wasn't very like we had Jacob Hansen as an inspiration, but like specifically how the songs turned out were just following our gut instinct, and yeah, we're doing the same now with the next album. But yeah, like I think for me, I have this urge to have a good amount of variation in our discography. Like I like the albums to have their own identity.
Yeah.
They do each one.
So
But you can
that's
still tell
always
it's
a
Vola.
strong sort of aim for me. Yeah, I hope so. It's
Oh yeah.
it's nice to see how far we can like wander from our base, sort of, and just explore new territories, and see how far we can go, and still have it sound like Vola. So that's always a fun
Definitely keeping the
game to
sound,
play.
that's for sure. Right. It's never dull or boring. So yeah, it is going different ways. And I'm really excited about the next album as well.
Yeah.
I also hear that when you guys are live, that the background, everything around it is just beautiful. I mean, how do you guys do that? I mean, how do you bring it? How am I trying to say this? Trying to think of the word, but you know what I mean? Like everybody that's ever gone to your show always tells me how freaking brilliant it is, and the lights are just going right with the music and the band, and you guys put on one hell of a show, to put it lightly.
Wow, that's awesome.
They do, and I'm like, I'm so jealous. I want to be there.
Me too.
I know.
I'm looking the wrong way. Like I never get to see our light show.
That is so funny you say that, because I was just listening to Ozzy talk today, and he's like, I've never, I'd always want to know what it's like to be in the audience watching what's going on. Is that something that goes through your head as well?
Yeah, it does. Like,
sorry, I just bounced around there, but you can answer both.
Yeah, we will talk to our light engineer after the show, he's
brilliant.
Like our main light engineer is called Amelia. She's really good.
Awesome.
And
you rock.
Yeah,
I hear.
She will talk about things she did in the show, that like small errors that nobody noticed, I guess. And I'll just be like, I didn't see anything. Like I only saw people moshing and.
Well, they're blinded by the lights half the time. Okay.
I hear that is beautiful. We must see these guys live, Fran. I'm not even kidding.
Well, so from what I understand, you guys were here last year.
Yep.
And you actually were here just before you released Paper Wolf. Or just after you released it. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Just after you released Paper
around,
Wolf.
Yeah.
And so you were in Chicago for a tour, which I would have known about again.
I wish I would have been friends with you, Fran. God,
well, see, there's 2 failures. That's all on us. But now from what I've done, what I've seen, there's a back and forth date on the release of Paper Wolf. And one page says August 22nd, one says August 23rd. When did Paper Wolf come out?
Good question.
Mhm.
I don't know.
You don't know. You just knows it's out. That's moving on. Next song.
Is it out? Is it even out?
Well, the reason why I asked.
What song is it?
I'm asking just for selfish reasons because my birthday is actually August 22nd.
Oh, let's say it was that date. Then.
It was to say it was that date.
Yeah, well, just because one says August 20. Well, your page actually, the research from you guys, and you guys said August 22nd, but then Google and fucking 10 other pages were, back and forth, and I'm like, you know what? It's a Leo song. We'll just leave it at that. Okay. But I actually did want to talk about that. About Paper Wolf also, which is very, very interesting. It's a really good song, and the video has, it's kind of a strong video, and I wanted to ask you about that. What can you tell us about Paper Wolf?
Yeah, so the video was done by some guys that we worked with before, that we started working with on Witness, called Rivata Visuals from Finland. And yeah, we liked working with them so much on Witness that we wanted to have them on this recent single also. It's a bit old now, I guess, but and like we wanted to have like performance in it, and we wanted to have some kind of story, and like they presented some different options for us, and eventually we went with the story about like the girl befriending a monster, and like
she tends to disappear.
Sorry about that. Somebody was in here. I thought it was a cat. Go ahead. I did not mean to leave. I'm back. I'm sorry. Okay, a woman. I heard what you were saying.
The girl, and the monster that goes back to scare her dad.
Right.
For sort of as retribution for him not being fair to her. So.
Right. Well, we'd love to get that sound out for those of you who have not heard Paper Wolf. Like we've just discussed, it was their latest single release, which was my birthday. And
yes.
And
you heard it just for Fran, and don't you forget it.
Sure, add that to it. Yes. Yeah. This is actually a really, really good song, and I actually have some interesting questions about it. It made me think when I saw the video. I had to watch it 3 times, and I'm like, it made me keep thinking of the same thing. So I'm going to ask about that. So with your permission, Asker, may I play Paper Wolf?
You have my permission.
All right. Check it out, everyone. She's going to be cheering in the background or in the side ground. You'll see how it is.
Okay.
Paper
I love that ending.
Dude.
I love the way that ends. How the wolf was coming right
I
at him.
love
He's
that
like,
revenge, man.
"Oh,
You
I gotta
know.
get this cider."
Oh.
Yes.
That video, like, it like makes me tear up a little bit because, you know, I don't want to tear up.
I mean, there's a lot there. There's a lot to be, to look at in that video. I mean,
Yeah.
besides the fact of abuse. I mean, that is abuse. One where, from your own
Yeah.
father. And
a lot of
many
grew
have
up
gone
with
through
that,
it,
like a lot of us grew up with that abuse. I mean, I know
Right.
I did for my stepfather, so it hits me in a way to where, whoa,
Right.
it makes me want to cry.
It's an unfortunate factor that is a part of a lot of people's lives every day, whether it's from your father, it could be from anybody in the family. It could be your boyfriend, your husband. It's something that is an unfortunate fact of life. It doesn't make
Kids
it
that are
okay.
bullying you and stuff,
But not everybody will falter to that abuse. Some people will eventually be like, I'm coming for you. And they're going to feed off that negativity. And they're going to unleash that beast. And that's one way I perceive it. And they're going to come back and they're going to unleash that beast, and all hell's about to break loose. And that's how I perceive it from her point of view. What was the message you guys were trying to put out with that?
So for me, there's always the song itself, and then there's the music video. And of course, the song itself, it's sort of my lyrical vision, and then the video will become like a director's interpretation of those lyrics. So like what you see in the video is something that we talked about in the band and with the directors, just trying to come up with a great story that like would make the song grow.
Right.
If you just look at the song itself, I definitely view it as being about someone who feels like he or she is not like having a proper voice and feels sort of oppressed, and is just thinking about that day when he or she will like really get hurt and like show everybody around him or her what they're capable of, and like what they can give to the world.
And she's not silenced anymore. It's like she's released that pain that she's held inside.
Right. So
you guys are gonna make me cry. Okay, sorry, it's such a great song. It really hits.
Then that became it borrows a bit from that in the music video, I guess. Sort of the little guy that stands up for himself.
Right. Now, you were saying the interpretation of the video done by the director. Now, this is what popped in my head that I mentioned before I played the video. And I was like, wait a minute, this looks vaguely familiar. Now, I don't know if you've heard this before, but how many people actually remember, the hell is it called? The movie, The Never-Ending Story. Remember?
One of my favorites. I have it on DVD.
When Atreyu was looking into a cave, and it was a darkness of cave, and you saw the beating eyes through the cave, and it was the nothing. The nothing was actually a wall.
Right.
And that's what it made me think of. Right. And the whole purpose of the movie was anything that stood in the wolf's way, in the nothing's way, was abolished and gotten rid of. And he gave, Atreyu a chance to stand with him, and they would go together. So I saw her as like a feminine Atreyu, and she didn't run from him, and he stood by her. And I was like, dude, I started thinking of I'm like, dude, this is kind of cool. It gave me a flashback of the Never-Ending Story and the projection, and it showed both sides, So I don't know if you're, if he was going that direction with it, but that's what I picked up on it.
That's so cool.
That is cool. I like what you think about it.
Right? We're having flashbacks to the movie now, right? Yeah. One of my favorite childhood movies.
Forever. It's one of my favorite adult movies.
Yeah, yeah. I still watch the hell out of it. Absolutely.
Right, me too.
Absolutely. The 80s, man. Best music and
Oh
movies.
yeah.
Still,
Oh
to this day,
yeah.
40 years later, can't compare.
Yeah,
The
the,
one
the
hit
theme
wonder.
song is really good.
Never ending story. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
back.
we should do cover of that song.
I probably could.
Too funny.
You can only if you cover it with me. We got to add some blast beats. Okay.
There you go. Okay, so
I'll talk
now
with the guys about it.
So
Very good.
now
Okay, get back with me.
is this single released from the next album?
Sorry again. Sorry.
Is this single released? Now is Paper Wolf, is that from the next album?
Yeah, it's going to be on the next album.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So when you dropping the next single? Sneak that secret in. It'll stay just between the three of us. I promise.
Yeah, we won't say anything. Cross my heart, hope to die.
I think all I can say is it will be during it will be this spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
it
up
will
and
be
coming.
before summer.
It is coming then.
Yay!
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Awesome. All right. So as everyone knows, that is the first single release from the up and coming new album. Second release coming up. Yes, it's definitely a killer sound to look forward to because that is an amazing song. And I will forever think of the.
Oh yeah, my eyes are like trying hard. Like they're like wanting to cry, but
It's okay.
definitely relate to that
It's
one.
okay.
So all right. Now speaking of the next album now, so you got you're in the works of the next album. Now, do you have everything already written and you're just in the process of recording and the mastering? So it is ready to go. Per se.
Yeah, it's like I'm finishing up the like the final vocal tracks right now, basically. So like the tracking and producing part of it is 95% done.
Okay.
And yeah, then we just need to have the songs mixed. And then it's done. So it's very close.
It's coming up.
It's coming
It's
up.
creeping, Sarah.
I'm gonna be pre-saving that.
Sarah?
I'm gonna contact you directly, and I'm gonna be like, all right, man, please can I pay extra to have it autographed, please?
You'll get the autograph
And I'll
for
hang
free,
it up.
of course.
Huh? I'll get
It
the
won't
autograph
cost you.
for free.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, of course. Glow in the dark autographs.
I'm gonna glow in the dark here in a minute. You gotta see what's really underneath here. An alien.
Alien.
I love her.
Oh my god, friend, have you listened to Alien Shivers? Oh, that was one of their first songs that I fell in love with. I was like, oh my god.
I might have. I had the whole.
way
I
before
had,
that, like,
I had the
Inmates
albums
is
playing
like-
while I've been doing research for the last week. So
It's
I'm
good.
sure
We were
people crossed
talking
it
about
up.
you. Were your ears itching and your nose? We were talking about
My
you.
face always itches. I'm allergic to
No, I was
everything.
talking about Asger. Like, was his
You ever
nose
notice I
itching?
scratch my face all the time?
I've
I
had a
asked
cold.
if his was because we were talking about him and Vola.
Yeah, no, I'm just naturally itchy.
I'm so glad I even turned Fran onto your band.
Naturally
That's how-
itchy.
Yeah, she did. She turned me on to you guys. She did.
I
She
totally
definitely
did. I
Yes.
tell
you
everybody
so
about
much.
Vola, and I'm not even kidding because you guys are brilliant. Honestly, you're like my favorite.
Like just random
band.
people on the street, or
She would.
yeah.
Don't give her ideas, man. Don't give her.
I make sure I blast it in my car if you're asking. Yeah.
I don't doubt that.
Whatever I'm listening to, they're listening to, including my neighbors.
So, all right. So, besides the album, what else you guys got coming up? You got another tour planned?
yeah, we have some summer festivals coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Also, some spring festivals. Actually,
Ooh.
at least one. We'll play in Chile, in Santiago,
Ooh.
in April, and we'll play in Mexico City also.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then we have a few summer festivals.
Cool. Is it
And
around where
then
you're
some-
at, or are you going to the UK, or?
Yeah, we'll be.
I know you got a lot of fans in the UK. I mean, that's where I discovered you from.
Yeah, it's a great place. We'll play at Radar Festival. Yeah, I think that's the one in the UK this summer.
Cool.
And
I'm
yeah,
surprised you guys haven't played for Bloodstock.
we did that, but it's
Yeah, I was gonna say you did, didn't you?
yeah,
Oh,
but
did
it's
they?
been some years.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Has it? You need to go back.
Yeah, because I did see
Hey,
that. You guys were up.
hey, Bunker. Ward
What'd you just
16
say?
plays. I just said his name. Did I say it wrong? Okay,
I don't know. I heard something totally different, probably.
I'm just gonna say Ward 16 XVI.
Okay,
Hook
okay.
up with
Oh, I know
them.
what you're talking about. Yes, the Ward 16.
Yes,
She introduced
they
me to
play
them,
at
too.
Bloodstock. They're very good. I think that you would like how they put a little psychotic story together. It's different music as well. I don't know if you're already friends with them, but I'm gonna hook you up. They play
Thanks.
Bloodstock. They've played Bloodstock like every
He is
year.
encouraging you to let your psychos go and blend.
Right.
There you go.
I'm gonna connect you. And you can say
Sounds good.
Sarah
Yeah.
sent you.
He's gonna
Do
connect
that.
your psychos. I love this.
You better become my Facebook friend.
Of course.
Yay! Okay.
So what about
Oh,
coming
and
back to the US when you
I'll
come?
share some bands with you.
When you're
Yeah,
coming back to the US, if you're gonna be in Mexico City, all you gotta do is go north.
Yeah, it should be simple, right?
Yeah.
I think it will be like my best guess will be in the first half of 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do what I'm known to do because that's how I roll. And Sarah already knows where I'm going with this. Savage Ladies of Metal. We are also booking agents as well as music journalists and promoters. We do it all. We do it all. We are very much involved in a large scene. So when you guys start rolling through on tour, and I know you you came directly through Chicago, of course. And we have partnerships and affiliates all over Chicago as well as the burbs of Chicago. If when you guys come back to Chicago, I'd love for you guys to hit me up. Maybe we could work something out and get you on a Savage bill and throw a hell of a show.
Sounds awesome.
That'd be awesome. And then we can get her to come up here from the KC.
Right? She keeps saying that to every band.
I'm trying to get her to move to Chicago. That's what I need her to do because everything we do is up here.
She loves me. I love her too.
She needs to come to Chicago. That's where she needs to be. So
I need to go to Denmark.
Yeah, well, yeah, we got to do that too. In general.
Yeah.
Well, Asgard, thank you so much for joining us. This was an awesome. This was an awesome day.
I'm sending you a friend request. You better accept.
Now, if for fans who just were introduced to you today, if they don't already know, what platforms can they find you on for your merch, your music, or anything, any tidbits?
Well, our official website is volaband.com. And yeah, we have a YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all that. It's just like /volaband for all that.
And they actually respond to you. Whenever I was on my Instagram when I was camping, I was like, oh my God, Vola responded. I think it was you guys, or was it somebody else?
It should be us. It should be us.
Yeah,
or else I'm scared.
You must be scared now. You're messing with the big bad wolf. No,
probably us.
I'm playing.
Asgard, thank you so much for joining us today, man. Today, it was an awesome fucking interview.
My pleasure.
And it was really good. Sarah, thank you, sweetheart. Is there anything you want to ask him before we let him go?
I just want you to know that I just want you to know that I love you.
We love you.
I'm a big fan.
No, we do.
I love your music, but yeah, I hope you guys come to I want to see you live.
Looking forward.
So if
I'm going to send you a friend request, and I hope you accept. I promise I won't be creepy. I'm not.
I'll think about it.
Yeah.
You're making him nervous now.
Right? Yeah, like this bitch.
I'm not like that.
No, she's just a little crazy. It's okay.
Just a little.
Of course.
I keep her calm and her crazy, but I'm psycho, so I don't know if that's a better thing.
I'll just share music. And tell me, say, hey, who guys this band?
Asgard, thanks for joining us, man. It was really cool meeting you and hearing more about your music. Everyone, check out the latest single again. It's called Paper Wolf. It's a great song, and it's the first release off the next album, which is coming within the next couple months. So keep your ears peeled, get your eyes open, and look for that shit when you start seeing them announce it. And they're going on tour. They're going to be coming around. Check them out. Everyone,
wanna
thanks
miss
again for
them.
being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And love
Thank
and
you.
respect. Bye,
Much
guys.
love. Bye.